My name is Kin. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and siya. I am from the Philippines and I am a member of Lacanbini Advocates Pilipinas Incorporated and the Society of Trans Women of the Philippines, or STRAP, which are trans-led organizations. Because of the pandemic and the lockdowns, almost everything became online, which I took advantage of, and it gave me opportunities to engage and get involved in movements virtually. I learned so much from attending to webinars and events and getting to talk to other advocates and activists. I found myself being the trans representation that I needed in movements and platforms that celebrate diversity and inclusion but lack transgender representation. I realized how important it is to take a seat at the table and always include transgender people in the conversations. With all the discrimination, rejection, exclusion, hate, abuse, harassment, and violence that I received and are still experiencing every single day, both in person and online, I acknowledge how fortunate and privileged I am to stay at home and continue to live. These harmful actions and attacks, transphobia and hate crimes, are amplified by the pandemic for most of our transgender siblings. We heard about our trans sisters, whom we are personally friends with and are our chosen families, being rejected from workplaces and being denied access to facilities and healthcare. We saw trans parents, couples, and families being excluded from government support or amelioration programs intended to be a response to the pandemic just because they are not seen as quote-unquote traditional parents, couples, or families. We saw Joseph Scott Pemberton, the murderer of our trans sister, Jennifer Laude, being pardoned by the current tyrant president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte. We saw Ibeng Mayor and Junji Bangkiao's bodies after being raped and murdered and being misrepresented, misgendered, dead named by the media, and so many more lives lost. I acknowledge that there is a need to celebrate victories, that many fights should be taken step by step to continue to be happy in a chaotic world. But how do we really expect the most marginalized and vulnerable people to be happy when they know that their lives are in danger at home, in public, anywhere, anytime? We need national laws for anti-discrimination now, for gender recognition, marriage equality, trans-inclusive sexuality education, trans-specific sexual and reproductive health, decriminalization of sex work, and every recognition and protection in the legislation. We need trans women and trans people in the Congress, in the Senate, and in any government positions. The transgender community has always been left behind. So, I call for every movement, from movements for LGBTQIA+ rights, to the climate action, to women's socio-economic and political empowerment, to at least always include trans women and trans people if you won't center transgender experiences. We need more allies to come out and stand up for our rights. We need more trans people to get involved. We need to protect trans lives every single day. We need to protect human rights, and trans rights are human rights.